players might have confessed to secret fears as to how their team, with key players missing, would cope with the cream of world football. Tickets are always at a premium at St James's Park. The lucky supporters who were in the ground that night created an atmosphere of ferocious intensity. They and millions more watching on television were to witness probably the greatest performance in Newcastle United's history.
A hat-trick for Aspria! 3-0! Wonderful stuff from Newcastle!
Well, as you've been told once or twice already tonight, the greatest night in Newcastle's history, they're saying. I dare say some old timer is close to the great traditions of this wonderful old club might feel that's overcooking it a bit, but this truly is a tough night for Kenny Dalglish's men.
Newcastle changes from Saturday's defeat here by Wimbledon. They must certainly put that firmly behind them. The Italian defender Alessandro Pistoni is out with tonsillitis. Probably Steve Watson and Philip Albert at the centre of the defence. David Batty, who comes back after suspension to reinforce the midfield. Just his sort of night, really. John Barnes, Keith Gillespie and Robert Lee around him, and the Dane John Dahl Thomason and Tino Asprilla searching for the goals up front, and particularly Asprilla. Barcelona, meantime, a glittering array of talent from Spain, Portugal, Holland, Nigeria, and notably Brazil. Nadal is their central figure in defence, and De La Peña their principal playmaker, both Spaniards. The Portuguese Figo will operate down the right, the explosive Nigerian Amanico down the left, and then watch out for those Brazilians, Sonny Anderson and Rivaldo. £31 million for the two of them. Whole array of substitutes here as well. Ketspire among them for Newcastle, Andy in Rush, of course, and the brilliant Frenchman Christophe Dugarry in the Barcelona subs list, and also Pizzi, who's a prolific goal scorer too. Great strength there. Referee tonight comes from Italy, 37-year-old Pierluigi Collina, and I suppose when you consider the vast amounts of money that's sloshing around football these days, it may be as appropriate that he's a financial advisor. He comes from Viareggio. Well, Tino Asprilla. Barcelona fear him. He might just have that little bit of magic that might overturn him tonight. There's Rivaldo, £16 million from Deportivo La Coruña. And Sonny Anderson, his partner there up front, formerly with Monaco, helped to beat Newcastle, in fact, in the UEFA Cup last season. And not forgetting John Barnes. 10 years at Liverpool. I must say we thought he was going to be working with us for ITV tonight, but he's got rather more work on his hands out there against Barcelona. And we're ready to go. Newcastle in the strikes, of course. Barcelona, the squad, they say, is worth £400 million. 31 million spent on two strikers alone. Famed international players who can't get into the team. A stadium at home that seats 120,000, and they're all here tonight, these Barcelona people, seeking a really good start in the Champions League. There's Asprilla knocking it back. Johns Barnes coming in again. Asprilla, good challenge though by Nadal. Asprilla whips it back from him again. That sprightly step of his. Crowd like that. Referee's given a free kick, and Asprilla might well be in the mood tonight. Now, can they get something early here? Beresford playing it in, and Barcelona get it away. De La Peña, the playmaker, and they need to watch out Newcastle, because they are absolutely killing on the break. Little Sergi, the fullback, whipping in the cross, and a first touch there, and a comfortable one for Shea Given in the Newcastle goal. Barnes. The pace will be frenetic, and it'll be people like Barnes that will just need to calm it down a bit, but he's caught in possession there. Rivaldo, the brilliant Brazilian. Out to Amanico, the Nigerian. This is Sergi. Love to sweep the play from one side to the other. Number 21, Luis Enrique. Cross coming in.
Albert in a bit of trouble here, but Newcastle get it away. And then carried it too long, but he was maybe a little lucky to get himself a free kick. Ron Atkinson, early thoughts?
Yes, I think you see by the way they've set out that Barcelona have come not to defend. All right, they'll defend if they have to, but twice they've caught Albert there, and they caught Barnes earlier in possession, high up the park. They're going to flood people forward, and they're going to try and pass the ball around a lot. They are, and Van Gaal plays that way. They're a positive side anyway by nature, and Van Gaal plays that way. He likes his team to, he doesn't care whether they're playing home or away, they play the same way.
Absolutely right. Watson playing it forward. He did that all the while he was at Van Gaal, all the time he was at Ajax. 11 titles, including the UEFA Cup. There he is on the left, making copious notes already. The UEFA Cup and the Champions Cup amongst the 11 titles that he won in 6 years at Ajax of Amsterdam. Gerardis. Sergio.
I think when
Riesica getting it wide to Figo. Sorry, Ron.
I was just going to say, I think when Barcelona have it in this sort of position, it's important that Newcastle just stay in their shape and don't chase the ball. They'll have to accept the fact tonight there's going to be long periods of the game where Barcelona will just pop the ball about. It's important they don't get dragged all over the place.
And Saladi's on the ball now, getting it long towards Sonny Anderson. Newcastle throw. Barcelona with a brilliant start to the season. 3 matches played in the Spanish league. They've won all 3, leading the table by 2 points from Real Madrid, amongst others. And this, of course, on the back of winning the Cup Winners' Cup last year and the Spanish Cup. And they finished second in the Spanish league. That's why they're in this competition. But even with all that success, it wasn't enough to keep Bobby Robson's job. He moved upstairs, and as we've said, Louis van Gaal is now in charge of team operations here in Barcelona. Nadal to Salades. Figo, Portuguese, the captain of the side tonight. Luis Enrique, brilliant young playmaker here. De La Peña, still only 21, De La Peña. Amanica. Back to Nadal. Played into Riesica on this side. Another former Ajax player. Got out well by Steve Watson. Batty. Beresford. Valdo right over on the far side.
I think it will be very hard to sort of define where the Barcelona players will play. I think it's a safe bet. Amanica will work up and down the left-hand side, and Sergi will as well. But they've got a lot of players. You've just mentioned one there, Rivaldo. I think Luis Enrique the same. And Figo. They'll just float all over the pitch.
Albert to Robert Lee. Haven't seen much of him so far in these frenetic opening minutes. Steve Watson. Esprilla. Barnes. On in the break here now. Thomason. Just wide. Well, the little Dane nearly made something there, and it was a wonderful move by Newcastle. And it split them wide open and gave him a really excellent chance.
Well, a brilliant move between the two experienced players in there. Barnes links up brilliantly with Esprilla. To be fair to Thomason, he's missed an absolute gift there. He splits the defence. Barnes reverses the pass. The run's right, all right. Defender closing. Still should have scored. At this level, you expect those can be the difference between going through at the end of the competition or not. But great movement. And as we saw these play Deportivo at the weekend, Barcelona, and they didn't look invincible at the back.
Nadal playing it for number 17, Albert Salades. Let's just hope that's a chance that Newcastle won't rule later in this competition. Fouled by Batty, a yellow card. Well, we know for a fact that the referee has got a reputation of standing no nonsense. the players everywhere on this field now know.
Well, he signalled his intent there, the referee, because that looked very innocuous.
But it's a free kick to Barcelona. Dangerous situation. Luis Enrique's right in there amongst them. And Sonny Anderson took the deflection, and Shea Given just prevents it going for the corner. Newcastle, who beat Croatia Zagreb in the preliminary round. Batty again. Sprilia. Lee. Batty. Down the line towards Gillespie. Picked up by Robert Lee, but then given away, and the flag was up for an offside in any case. The referee allowing the play to go on. De La Peña now for Barcelona. Anderson. Nadal. Rivaldo brought down. Foul by Watson. And Rivaldo himself, again, this sweeping ball to the far side. Met that time, though, by Beresford. Big man, Rivaldo, 11 caps for Brazil, £16 million when they bought him from Deportivo La Coruña.
And he takes up that little loose position just behind the front, which is sometimes very difficult to mark. I mean, probably the only one in the Newcastle side capable of dealing with him is Batty, and Batty's going to be required in other areas of the field.
Barnes.
You know, I think a very important players for Newcastle tonight, Gillespie and Beresford. I think they're men that have got to get out. I can't see Barton getting out much. I think he'll be involved more or less as a third central defender, if you like.
I think they'll be too worried about this man on the ball as well, Amanika, and his explosive pace to let Barton come too far forward when you're right. Salades. Up towards Sonny Anderson, a lovely little flick on by him. Rivaldo almost able to pick it up, but he was very well policed by Watson. Newcastle, who put on a really impoverished display on Saturday against Wimbledon, who came here in their usual way, fearing nobody, taking the chances that came, playing good functional football, and Newcastle just couldn't match it. And they've got plenty to match here tonight. Asprey, I think it's 51 games this is his 51st for Newcastle. He scored 15 goals in that time. He's being watched by Nadal. Nadal, who quite unfairly is named the beast of Barcelona. In fact, he's a good, strong player, but he had only 2 yellow cards last season. He's a tough man, but I wouldn't say he was beastly. Given that. What about it? Belgium. Watson trying to get it forward towards Gillespie. Wanted it, but it's played longer towards Warren Barton, and little surges there. De La Peña. Neat. Barton got in quickly. Contreras would pick it up on the far side. Figo, the Portuguese. Reisiger. Star player Reisiger at right back, formerly of Ajax, the Dutch national side. This is Figo, and now De La Peña. Amanika in space, tries to cut inside Gillespie, and Gillespie did well. Rivaldo. Crowd are giving Newcastle fantastic support. Rarely have I encountered atmosphere like this in even all the top European games. Asprilla. There goes Gillespie. Thomason's waiting in the middle. Asprilla's trying hard to get up there as well. Little Thomason's there. There's a chance.
No, his first little touch let him down. His pass let him down as well. Asprilla couldn't get anything going at all. And again, sad to say that Thomason, the young Dane, was found wanting when the chance was there. Barnes getting in quickly as Luis Enrique tried to get things stirred up for Barcelona. Batty. Thomason. Fairness to the young lad, he's made 2 mistakes, but he's not hiding, he's showing as much as he can. He was showing again there, but the ball finds Robert Lee instead. Batty. Asprilla. Now De La Peña. Nadal.
You have to say, though, don't you, at this level, he's had 2 golden opportunities. I mean, the defender slips in front of him. He's got all the time in the world. His control was bad, and even when he had a secondary chance of it, his layoff was poor. And it's hard to be critical. He's only a young lad, but at this level, when you have those sort of opportunities, you've got to produce.
He was top scorer in Holland last season. Dane. Cost £2.2 million. Here's the massacre.
I just wonder how much of those 2 opportunities may have been nerves, you know.
That could be. In this atmosphere, you could forgive almost anything. Played forward again. Sonny Anderson trying to get in, but Philip Albert had that nicely covered. Barton, not a particularly good header. Figo. And a free kick given to Barcelona. What was that for, Ron?
Looked like feet up, actually. Yeah.
Well, whatever. It creates a dangerous situation here for Newcastle United.
Once again, I thought it looked innocuous. I think the referee's going to come under a lot of scrutiny, particularly after that early booking of Batty.
Well, behind this free kick are Rivaldo and De La Peña. Dominica's in there. Luis Enrique's gone forward. Sonny Anderson's on the far side. And a Spaniard over this ball. It's a Spaniard, De La Peña, but it wasn't a good one. Hit straight into the wall. Brassica, Nadal. Sergi suddenly popping up on the far side. I hadn't looked twice. I thought he patrolled only his left-hand flank, but suddenly there he was popping up over on the far side. And here's Rivaldo on the left flank. De La Peña. Luis Enrique. Figo on the far side. Rivaldo. Sergi. Dominico. Poor cross. Batty getting it away towards Asprilla. Oh, he had his shirt pulled there by Nadal, but he beat both Nadal and De La Peña and encourages Beresford to come forward. Barnes. Albert. Oh, the ball is on now for Robert Lee. That's allowed as the young sweeper, or the young defender came in and made a good interception there.
Another golden opportunity, a good spotter's badge there from Albert. Takes it on, suggesting he may have handballed it, but his control didn't quite live up to it.
Albert jockeying about here, they're looking for the big man, and there is Philip Albert, but it was Anderson who took it off his toe. Warren Barton this time.
Well, if Newcastle want any more sort of confirmation about being patient, every time they've attacked positively about 3 times, and each time possibly could have had a goal.
They've had 2 golden chances.
Oh yes,
and 1 half chance.
Yeah. And for all their possession, and they have played well in possession, Barcelona, they really haven't made anything happen. So it's important. It's important that Newcastle just keep the other end sewn up. He's offside.
That's still offside. Pierluigi knows what an enormous task it is for Newcastle tonight, particularly with the new formation in the Champions Cup. Rivaldo there, and Warren Barton just getting in. 6 groups of 4 teams in the league this year. The winners only of each group go through to the quarterfinals, plus the 2 best runners-up. So really to be sure of a place in the quarterfinal, this time you have to win your league. De La Peña. Rivaldo. Batty. And Barton gets it clear. Too high? No, not too high for Espria, but he couldn't control it. But he's giving it everything. And when you think that the other 2 sides in this group of 4 are Dynamo Kiev, the champions of Ukraine, and PSV Eindhoven, the champions of Holland, you have to say Newcastle need to win their home games, certainly, to give themselves a chance of qualifying for that quarter-final place. And the next 2 games in this Champions League, of course, away to Dynamo Kiev and then away to Eindhoven. So absolutely vital they get away to a winning start here. Rivaldo to Amanika. Sergi. Nadal. Well, it's not for the want of support from their amazing crowd tonight. Bicycle. De La Peña. Sergi. Amanika. And the Barcelona lads are used to big crowds, used to a lot of noise in the new camp. Rivaldo again. Looking for something new. This time finding De La Peña. Luis Enrique. Figo's made a good run. They crowded him out in the end, and the ball is given away. And it's Asprilla, and the counter-attack can come from Newcastle now. And it's Tino Asprilla. Can he get past the last man? He can. He goes down. But the referee had a look at it. And the play goes on.
Yeah, great defending there from Nadal. At the end, at one stage, it looks as if he was going to foul Asprilla.
This is the moment. Played the ball. Rivaldo. Sergi. De La Peña. Sonny Anderson. Rivaldo. Back to Sergi. Can't hear yourself think in this noise. It's phenomenal. For all that, I hope you're enjoying it at home. It's a truly great night up here in the northeast. Still 0-0. Barcelona playing patience at the moment and looking for a ball that finds Figo, and now De La Peña. And Anito won't collect that one. Gillespie does instead. He in turn hits it long, looking for Asprilla. But 2 Barcelona defenders block the way.
I can appreciate them trying to hit Asprilla quite early because he's shown that he's got the taking of the defenders. But I think you've got to hit them with a lot more quality than that. You can't just throw the ball away.
Sergi to Rivaldo.
Because this is what happens to you. They build up again. And there's a lot of movement coming from the front players and the midfield players.
Lee. Thomason. Asprilla's made a dash. Can he get there first? What's he giving? He's given a penalty for Newcastle. A foul on Asprilla, and a great opportunity now for Newcastle. The Italian referee ran straight for the spot, pointed to it. That's the incident. The keeper on Asprilla. Agree on.
Oh, I tell you what, it looks very much as if he's dived past him. Look, it looks as if he's run into his body there. I think that's very much, mind you, it's in keeping where the referee's refereed. I think he started off very finicky and whatever. And
well, the man who won the penalty is now going to take it. Tino a little more. The ball wasn't properly on the spot. Tino Asprilla against Rudhurst.
There's this little bit of games. We see a little bit of cat and mouse. Keeper's moving. Keeper's got a big hand on it, but fortunately for Newcastle and Asprilla, it's gone right where he wanted it to.
What a vital kick, and what a vital moment. De La Peña to Big Nadal. He missed a penalty, of course, in Euro 96. David Seaman saved it. Reisiger. Salades almost caught in possession. Reisiger getting it forward again. Beresford backtracking, does it well. Barnes to Beresford. Good play by Newcastle. Batty getting it forward. Thomason. Lee's made a terrific break through the middle. Oh, a slight miskick there by Nadal. And Nadal gets it just when it looked as though Asprilla might take it. Gillespie. Martin gets it back to Shea Given. Offside against Asprilla. No signs of concern yet on the Barcelona bench. Reisiger. Luis Enrique. Bringing Sergi into it. Rivaldo's and Anderson waiting in the centre. Being crowded out by Newcastle.
I think it's quite sensible in Newcastle when they are coming out to stay fairly compact and not give too much space at the back of themselves. I wouldn't like to see Anderson get a run at any of the defenders.
Thomason. Almost gets it back again. You're quite right to pay tribute to Thomason's ball for Asprilla that led to the penalty. Sergi down to Anderson. Well watched by Watson and well beaten by Watson. And Newcastle are really rising to this task. Batty. Albert. Hit long.
I mean, they're actually playing like the away side. We talk about the home support, but Newcastle are playing very much in the traditional continental away leg fashion, aren't they? They're sitting deep, they're staying compact, they're getting plenty of people behind the ball, and then just playing off the centre forward Asprilla, who looks to have the beating of the defence most times.
Amanika. Sergi. De La Peña, a little bit deeper tonight. Now he's coming forward, La Peña. Figo. Luis Enrique on the far side. A bit of space. Into Rivaldo. Stopped by Barnes. Their nerve is holding well as Philip Albert gets it forward. Yes, Asprilla was being held by Salades, or rather Nadal.
As he showed against Croatia, though, in the last round, he's a great outman. He's a great target man playing this way. He hangs on to the ball. A lot of the things stick with him.
Albert. Watson. Barton down the flank. Lee. Watson tried to get it back to Lee. De La Peña almost arrogantly plays the ball through to Sergi. De La Peña again. This time to Luis Enrique. It's invigorating stuff, this, isn't it?
Yeah, it's fascinating as well. I mean, you're seeing a team playing a lot of one-touch possession football, and you're seeing a team who aren't so experienced in the European way. At the moment, dealing with them brilliantly, I think.
Sergi into Figo. Reisiger. De La Peña. Wide to the Nigerian Amanika. Haven't seen anything much of him yet. Sergi again. Compact little player at left back. Zelades, Luis Enrique. Figo's gone on ahead of him. Sonny Anderson's in there too. Rivaldo also. Here's De La Peña looking to open up the way. Flicks it there through to Rivaldo onto the left foot. Cannons off Steve Watson. Comes to John Barnes. Lee gets it forward. Barnes. Gillespie. Back it goes to Ruud Hesp, the 31-year-old Dutch goalkeeper. Finds a fellow Dutchman, Michael Reisaker. Figo. Rivaldo. Sergi Domenico beginning to spray it around a bit now. Barcelona, long cross there. Figo coming towards it, chested down very confidently indeed by Beresford. Beresford gets it back. Watson. Albert. It's one of those nights, you know, Ron, where their concentration has got to be 100% for 90 minutes, hasn't it?
Oh, very much so.
If it slips for a second, they'll be punished.
And one of the good things they've done defensively as a defensive unit, and that includes the midfield players, they've made Barcelona go wide in the last third. They haven't at the moment allowed Barcelona any sort of look at nudging balls through them. I feel Barcelona would be ever so dangerous if they could just poke balls between Albert and Watson, but they've prevented that at the moment. They've made them go wide and then put a lot of bodies in the box.
Barnes doing well twice there. Oh, that's a foul by De La Peña, and he threw himself to the ground, claiming, I think, that he'd been elbowed by Robert Lee, but he was clearly pulling at Lee there, and Lee might just have grabbed him, might just have slapped him, but it was nothing worse than that. And the referee just waiting for De La Peña to come up and say, a yellow card for you, pal.
Too right as well.
Absolutely right.
I mean, to be fair, Lee wants to be a bit careful. You can understand his frustration. He got a nice break on there. He got the other side of their midfield, and he was running at the back people.
And no punishment for Lee.
No.
Free kick for Newcastle. Could be punishment for Barcelona. Let's see. Watson. Spreer's up there. Just played it wide for Keith Gillespie. Can he get past Sergi? He can. He's good at the cross in. It's another one. It's Asprilla again. It's 2-0. They celebrate at Newcastle. An unbelievable situation.
That is an absolute picture goal, isn't it? That's the first time to leap. Magnificent. This is great, though. That's it. Drop your shoulder. Sling it in.
Look at that leap. Whoa. 2-0. Both to Asprilla. Now, Amanica for Barcelona. How are they going to react to this? Crossed in towards Sonny Anderson. Important that they concede nothing now. Rivaldo well wide. Goal kick. Important moments these. It's very important that Newcastle keep their concentration and their discipline together. Get their tackles in and concede nothing in these next few minutes. 32 gone, 2-0 up. They could only have dreamt with this. Robert Lee. Gillespie, architect of that super goal from Asprilla. Robert Lee again battling with De La Peña. And another foul by De La Peña Sergi to calm down. That's the last thing that Barcelona want now. 2 down is to lose 1 man. So another free kick. This time Beresford. So he's going to swing that in towards the Barcelona goal. Barnes is up there. Asprilla's in there. Watson's in there. Albert's up there from the back. It's a very, very deep one and not a good one. Well, what do you make of this thing?
I think it's an excellent performance. They haven't, you say they've ridden the luck, they haven't had anything against them. You know, they haven't created a chance, really. But this will encourage Gillespie. I was wondering when he was going to start having a go as an attacking force, and that's the perfect ball in. And that'll encourage him now. I thought Gillespie looked a bit inhibited.
I tell you, not many people leave Sergei for dead.
No, there's a possibility. For a left back, though, he's a very right-footed player, very right-sided player. And I think that'll, as I say, I think that'll encourage Gillespie. He's been just dropping the ball off and trying to knock it forward. But that's his strength, running at people.
This man, Asprilla.
Oh, phenomenal, brilliant. Something about European matches seem to really bring out the big adrenaline in him.
De La Peña. Batty brought down, free kick to Newcastle. And I think Rivaldo's taken a knock. But he's got to go on. There's work to be done in defence for Barcelona. Tina Asprilla on the ball again, sending it wide to Gillespie. Couldn't quite gather it up.
I tell you what, the ball might have been long, but the little bit of footwork that he produced in Asprilla just before he delivered it, just before that, it was brilliant. Little double foot job.
Rivaldo wins it in the air, but he's struggling. Reisiger. Luis Enrique. Oh, given away badly, and Thomason very nearly found Asprilla with it. Nadal. Not reaching Figo. Batty, calmly, Beresford. Good play by Barnes. Crowd loving this. Watson. Warren Barton. Putting it long, encouraging Thomason to run for it, but Salades gets it clear. Still in play. Salades again. De La Peña. Luis Enrique. Figo. Good challenge. A great challenge there by Beresford. A terrific bit of defending. And here come Newcastle again. Thomason playing it wide. Or rather, Batty that time. Barden. Albert. Thomason. Thomason. Beresford, Thomason. Batty hustling, really hustling, but Rivaldo knew what he wanted, and he got it. De La Peña. They'll really look to him now to open things up. And he's found. They look for Luis Enrique through there and Figo, and they get a free kick. Won by Luis Enrique. And Ronaldo. So the Brazilian Rivaldo looks to restore something for Barcelona with this free kick. 20 in the wall. Given very animated behind it. Cannons off the wall and goes for the corner. 7 minutes to go to half-time now. Eight minutes to go. Here's the corner. Filled in. Rivaldo tried to get the little flick on. Nadal. Will they get it away? And Howe. Elbert. And the chase is on again. And Lee was leading it. And there might be possibilities here. Gillespie on the far side now. The cross coming in for Robert Lee. I thought Lee was going to be there for that header, but Saladi's just got it away ahead of him. One into the other at the moment. Rivaldo now. Amanica. De La Peña. Rivaldo tries the turn. Luis Enrique gets it back again, but only plays it straight to Tino Asprilla. Nadal, in comes Batty. Here's Barnes. Oh, great ball. And a good run by Batty. And Beresford's gone steaming along outside him as well. Back to Batty. Into Asprilla. Great little run there by Gillespie. In the end, it came to nothing. Sergi. Amanica. De La Peña. The Nigerian Amanica again. Riesiger. They've pulled Riesiger more into a central defensive position, Ron.
Yeah, I'm surprised they haven't really detailed somebody, although it's probably not Van Gaal's way, detailed somebody to go 1-for-1 with Asprilla. I mean, he's the outball. They're keeping 3 or 4 back against him.
De La Peña. Oh, he's hit a great ball here to Amanica. Sonny Anderson's in the middle. Rivaldo's in the middle. And the ball just went across the line for the corner. Given disputes it. Luis Enrique wants it. Barcelona get a corner. Last 5 minutes coming up of the first half now. Asprilla's 2 goals give Newcastle the advantage, which they'll be desperate to keep through the half-time whistle. Figo, he's got to the line with a little crosses in there. There's some very good defending by Warren Barton there. Gillespie will have the opportunity of getting it away, finds Asprilla. De La Peña. Luis Enrique on this side of the field now. So is Riesiger. De La Peña.
That's the thing they mustn't allow. They've done very, very well at the moment, Newcastle, in preventing that. They mustn't allow De La Peña to poke balls through them and give the front players a chance to get shots on target.
Goes Gillespie, wins it in the air, finds Asprilla. Asprilla goes in with the challenge there on Sergi. Looked fairly innocuous to me. Sergi looks as though he's in real trouble there.
No, it's a fair enough challenge.
Yep.
I'm surprised the referee, I suppose it's a natural thing, I'm surprised the referee has given the decision against him.
Sergi's on his feet. Tough little warrior. Riesiger gets it to the Portuguese Figo. Riesiger again. The crowd thought he was playing a bit of the old soldier. But he's still struggling a bit, to be fair. Saladi's pumping it forward towards Sonny Anderson. The break is on again now. Again, a good challenge and a swift one by Steve Watson.
He really didn't fancy it over much. And that's the first time in a wide area they've actually been at the back of Newcastle's defence. They've played the ball wide, but they've played it wide too early.
Asprilla, delightful touch beating Nadal. He's got Salades as well, still with Asprilla. Barnes supporting him, Batty supporting him. Barnes flicking it through, Thomason. Barnes again. Robert Lee's in there. Now, Gillespie. Can he get the better of Amanika this time? Whips the cross in. Well, Robert Lee wasn't far off.
And that's excellent. He's drawn encouragement from the goal he's created. He's got the ball in, and as you say, Robert Lee, unfortunately, just misses target. But I tell you what, every time the ball is pinged into Asprilla, the way he accepts it and turns it, he's turning whoever he's against, Reitzinger, Nadal, or Salades. They're having a nightmare against him.
Sergei having some running repairs here. Sonny Anderson on the field, held up by Batty's challenge. Just his sort of night, this David Batty. Nadal. Sergei's back on the field again now. There's Anderson. Oh, he's got away for a moment, but he's surrounded by shirts, black and white shirts. Figo, De La Peña. Sergei just back on the field, has made the little break. Rivaldo and Sonny Anderson are waiting in there. Rivaldo! And well, he got ahead to it. And Anderson came flying in with the slightest touch from him, and that might have finished up in the back of Newcastle's net.
Yeah, that's the closest they've come to scoring tonight.
Actually, when you think of it, Shea Given has not really had a serious shot to save.
That's the only attempt in my book. They've had a couple of shots that have flown wide. That was the only one your heart sort of went, possibly that might be a goal.
Asprilla.
He's electric, this fella.
He is.
They do not know he's overrun it that time. The defenders don't know how to deal with him. He's got pace, but he's got a magic touch with it as well.
The first 45 minutes are now up. Luis Enrique. And I think anybody here in this big crowd at St James's Park will not forget this 45 minutes for a long, long time. Brilliant performance by Newcastle United, and two wonderful goals from Tino Asprilla, the nerveless player who scored from the penalty spot here. And then rose superbly to take Gillespie's cross to make it Newcastle United 2, Barcelona 0, and that's the situation here, doing cartwheels at St James's Park.